If we hold on to it, how can we create more with it? To create more with it is to open and to give, and it opens our hearts, and it allows us to be even greater worshipers and stewards of God. It's stewardship, not ownership.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Pour, the place where faith and culture are served together. And today we are talking about God and money. God and money. And the way we're going to do that is, thank God it's not just me. I have with us a leader of leaders, a leader of financial planners. She is a vestry member. She is our people's warden. She is our favorite swan song, but she always stays around. It is Danielle Swan. Yay. A lot of cheering for you.
Love it.
They're still cheering. Danielle, welcome to the show.
So grateful to be here.
We have a drink for you. That's what we do at The Pour.
Okay.
We went with alkanized smart water.
That's
so
just impressive.
We are rocking it today. So friends, I couldn't get anything sugary. I couldn't get anything bad for our system when you get Danielle on, because then she might turn into Diane. And that's what we learned.
That person. Refreshing.
You're a financial planner or a leader of other financial planners for a private wealth management group.
Yes.
Which means you probably deal with a lot of priests.
So many. It's unbelievable.
How much of this is just telling people they have to stop buying like $12 lattes in order to buy their $1 million house?
It's a coined term and never effective.
They won't listen to that. Jesus said that you can't serve both God and money. Are you technically unemployed?
I am always employed by the master.
If tithing is 10%, does that mean God is our silent business partner?
Oh, kinda. Yeah. I mean, if that's how you want to think about it. And it might not just be money. It could be your gifts and your talents too.
Would you say that most people who come to you are coming for advice or for confession?
Most likely confession.
Because they're not following the script.
They're not following the script. They're not following the budget. And they just need to know that their behavior is rationalized.
When someone says to you, God will provide, whether that's in the church or outside the church, do you ever have to gently remind them that, yes, but he also invented budgets?
Yes, he did, as long as we follow them.
Okay, I'm starting to see the pattern here. How do you stay calm explaining compound interest to someone who thinks their Venmo balance is their savings account?
I drink alkalized water.
Is it true they have spreadsheets for fun?
There's nothing more that I love than just to build a formula inside Excel sheets and think about how I can optimize it the next day.
This is great. This is awesome. We're learning so much. Do you ever use words like fiscal responsibility at a dinner party just to see who stops talking?
I haven't done that, but I have a great book cover that says how to sell life insurance. That way nobody talks to me. I could just get some more Excel sheets done.
It's almost like wearing a collar. If a priest and a financial planner walk into a bar, who's more likely to pick up the check?
Absolutely the financial planner.
Really?
Well, they've saved money and followed a budget, right?
How would you explain inflation to a toddler or to a church finance committee, which might sometimes be the same thing?
You get 5 pieces of candy on Monday, 4 on Tuesday, 3 on Wednesday, 2 on Thursday, and 1 on Friday. Welcome to inflation.
It's going to be the best interview ever. In your professional opinion, which is more chaotic, the stock market or a vestry meeting?
Both.
I've seen your looks at the vestry meeting sometimes. Okay, let's get real. If you could give one financial tip that would make Christians clutch their pearls, what would that be?
Seek true advice and not just hold on to your own opinion that might not be the right one. Many times, people come into a conversation with us with a fixed observation about maybe insurance or investments or giving or taxes. And how do you open your mind for a conversation to hear another perspective, whether it is to validate your opinion or to learn more about how to optimize and leverage your money? And it can expose somebody maybe not being right. Mm-hmm. So it's a vulnerable place to come into a conversation, to be open-minded, to think about something differently than what we've been attached to believing we know is right.
Yeah, I find that even with work, any work in the church, especially when we're dealing with like conflict management, we're dealing with, there's a lot of conflict in the church. So a lot of people are passionate about different things. But if we're just coming in to push our point and prove our point, we can't really move anywhere. And the Holy Spirit can't show up to change our minds.
Right. And think about it. If you're attached to something, how much space is there in between my hands?
Right. Is financial anxiety the modern version of idolatry?
So I think many times we become attached of our value sometimes to what our balance sheet and our net worth might say.
You're obviously a believer. Has Christ always been a big piece of your walk as a financial planner, or has that really grown?
So it's definitely been a journey. And what I've learned, especially from being on the vestry for the past 2 years, is giving more, right? Like the parable of talents, giving more of your gifts actually gives more back.
Yeah, generosity is such a key part of our walk. Generous with our hearts, our minds, our souls, our money. And I've anyone who's ever been very generous, like I know a very generous person who just gives so much, whether there's time, treasure, or talent to others, they're not miserable people.
But we have to be cautious not to attach value in idolizing who we are as a function of our balance sheet, but as a function of our stewardship. When I think of the financial planners that I lead, it's all about how do we have healthy conversations with this human being in front of us. So it's really meeting people where they're at, finding out what their emotions are about money, what their relationship has been with money, what's their history with money, because it all shapes the person that we're sitting across the table with. And opening the abundance of what their dreams are, what they want to accomplish, what's important to their family, to God, to themselves, to everything, and being a partner of being able to help them accomplish that. And it's a journey. I truly believe that we are in a relationship business. We must meet people where they're at. We must learn what's important to them, and then begin to be a financial doctor and helping their financial health evolve to where they want to go.
What would be your thoughts on someone who is just starting in their walk with knowing Jesus and being discipled by Jesus and being part of a church where they really find it? I think this place is healthy. I like being here.
I would probably introduce the concept of like parallel paths, right? They're on a new path of their spiritual journey and their relationship with God, right? And as we see here at St. Mary's, we see people attend many services before they actually become a new member, right? So that's part of their journey of trying on this new church. How does it feel? How do the people occur to us? And it's a parallel path of how we also then begin to introduce how does the alignment of money, right, become part of their ultimate ability to give, right? So I kind of think about it when we work with clients, we can look at what optimal is. It's the same journey if we think about it of a new member joining St. Mary's, right? Learning everything about becoming Christian, joining this church, knowing the people, and ultimately getting to the tithing of 10%.
What would be your response to someone who's saying, not yet, because financially doesn't make sense for me?
I would always ask them to tell me a little bit more about why they think about that. And I would also say to be thoughtful about not identifying yourself through the external world of how much money that you have and that you keep. And similar to the parable of talents, right? How do you use all of your gifts to create more? And if we hold on to it, how can we create more with it? To create more with it is to open and to give, and it opens our hearts, and it allows us to be even greater worshipers and stewards of God. It's stewardship, not ownership.
Ooh, like that. I like that.
For people to feel okay and safe, that it's fine if it's not 10%, right? Maybe it's 1%, maybe it's 2%. Right? You're shaping new behavior and helping them to feel safe in that journey and not made wrong or judged.
Right. Yes.
So how we show up in that conversation with others is important for others to feel safe in being vulnerable.
Yeah, because if it's like a shame with it, or you ought to, or you need to, that's a whole different.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You make people feel small, embarrassed, and people will close because they fear being judged.
When you think of trusting God with your finances, any wisdom you want to hand off to us?
In my early years, starting this career, right, and there wasn't a lot of income and building the business, and there was always the trust with God of being able to say, okay, I'm not attached to the money, and I have to be able to trust and lean in with great faith to be able to know that this giving in turn will give me more. And that really was built on the foundation of my relationship with God. And money is just an arm of it, and probably the smallest arm, because I have to show up as a woman to my St. Mary's community, to my family, to my friends. And money is just a function of that, which has, in my giving, brought me so much more beyond which I even knew was possible.
We always ask this of every guest who comes on the show.
Yes.
Real quickly, where's the church going to be in 25 years?
Hopefully in the hearts of every human being, Father Christian.
All right. All right, my friends. Thank you for another episode of The Pour. We had our alkanized water, and we thank Danielle for coming on. We're going to see you next time, but please do subscribe, like, and share if you're watching us on YouTube, or if you're just catching this on the Reels, to just share it away and leave a comment. We want to hear from you about your thoughts on money, your thoughts on God and money, and just be honest and be straightforward, and we'll get a response to you on that comment section. God be with you. Peace.
I actually have a physical one that covers books.
Okay. Do you really?
I do. I do. How to sell life insurance on the airplane. And it has a plane, and it's bright blue and yellow so that everybody sees it. Absolutely.
This is great.
When I got to focus and get work done, I got to focus and get work done.
Yeah, that's so good.
I mean, I can't get the formulas wrong in the Excel spreadsheets, Father Christian.
Nope. Jesus flipped tables in the temple. If he visited a megachurch finance meeting today, would he flip all their smoke machines instead?
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Obviously.